Having spent a week here with the team Shut Up and Row team members prepping their boat for the transatlantic race, I'm going to spend some time with them this morning, just quickly asking them what their take is on what it feels like and what it takes to organise a team like this to cross the Atlantic in a rowing boat. So, going to be quite interesting. Morning, guys. Okay, I know you guys have all served in the US military, but how did you all come together to conceptualize entering a Talisker Atlantic rowing race as a team? Where did the name of the team come from?
It was my idea to row an ocean, and over coffee, I brought it up to Jim, just casual conversation about rowing, and I didn't think it would go anywhere. And we signed up for a 1,000-mile paddle race, got canceled due to COVID. So the following year, the canoe race was brought back on the table, but we were busy with other obligations. So Jim said, hey, what about that ocean rowing that you brought up a few years ago? And then that was it. And then due to finances, the race is obviously very expensive. Jim said, hey, let's bring 2 more guys on. And Jim reached out to one of his contacts. And that's when Tosh and Chris were brought into the mix. And took it from there.
Yeah.
But in regards to, so go ahead.
I was thinking, I don't know if that mutual friend Dan reached out to you or me first. I can't quite remember. I think he put us up for like lambs on the slaughter.
Yeah.
I think that was the words.
Yeah. It's just an email. Hey guys.
Yeah.
Who do we know that would be willing to row 3,000 miles across an ocean?
Yeah.
Let me think. And no doubt your name came up, Tosh, as well.
Yeah.
Who thought of the name?
I think it was one of these two. It might have been you, Tosh.
I think we were drunk in Amelia Island.
I think we were drunk at Amelia Island, because Tosh always has this thing that says, oh, let's go for a nightcap.
Yeah.
Having spent a few days with you guys, I reckon it sounds like a name you'd come up with, Tosh. Yeah, so that's great. If you could choose a mental attribute that would be the most important one to have for crossing the ocean in a rowing boat, what would it be? Maybe one each?
Yeah.
It's probably going to be the same one, but it'd be interesting to see where that take is.
That's tough.
Yeah. I know mine's going to be discipline. In my life, I like a lot of variety, a lot of different things going on all the time. So having something that's super mundane, super routine, and having the discipline to adhere to those standards that I need to adhere to, it's going to be a challenge for sure. But that's part of the race for me. So yeah.
What about yourself, Jim? Because I've been watching you this week. Pay attention to the detail, like almost more. It seems like more than anyone else. Like 12 or 13 coats of polish to the bottom of the boat and stuff like that. I mean, what would you say it would be?
I'm kind of more along the lines of like a lot of words pop to mind, but resilience is obviously it's on the top of my list, just because it's resilience mentally, emotionally, physically to withstand the arduous of doing this row. Like it's something that's day in, day out, and it's the little pieces that all come together, but it's the resilience to piece all that together and keep it moving forward. The resilience and discipline, I feel like they start to mesh together. I'm curious what these two say, because I feel like we're going to have a lot of similarities.
Probably a bunch of different words, and we'd all come up with a lot of the same ones. Looking for a different word, maybe to help tie in 4 words together, I would just say trust. Trust each other, trust the process, trust our coaches, trust ourselves, and so I think trust would help with the other 2.
Yeah. One more?
Patience.
Oh yes, that's a good one.
Patience, because we're all going to be tired and hungry, sore. And I think our nerves at times could be on end.
Yeah.
If we all have patience with one another amongst the other 3 words,
That's the icing on the cake, I think, that one. It's the thing that smooths it all over. Fantastic. Okay, what aspect of the race are you most apprehensive about? What do you think will be your biggest personal challenge during the race?
I'll go first. I know for me, my relationship with food is challenging. Not that I have a food issue, but just, like I said, being disciplined, being challenged, just to eat the same. I have like 7 meals, 5 or 6, 7 meals over and over and over and over and over again is daunting. Right? Everybody loses weight on this race, and that's okay, but yeah, man, I think food is super important to be powerful during this race, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting for me.
Chafing between the cheeks.
Yeah, good. We need a bit of entertainment.
You've got to be on that same part of the body day in, day out, at least 12 hours a day, and there's no escaping it. So once it settles in, trying to manage it as best as possible, keep everything clean and healthy, but that's, you can't escape it. Incredibly demoralizing in one way and fun in another.
Yeah. Of course, that goes to your feet as well. Tosh?
I think the sun for me, because I burn really easy. I know what that does to me. So I'm really focused a lot on exposure management to the sun in order to keep energy levels in health.
Calorie intake. I've experienced over some physical challenges that I've done in the past, and then with the team, when I start taxing my body really hard, I don't really feel like eating, which is obviously very detrimental.
Yes. Yeah.
So staying on top of the food, if I fall too low, it's going to be hard to climb back up. So discipline with eating.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So people in the race for a number of reasons. What was your main driving purpose for entering? Is it winning, breaking a record, or purely to say you have rowed across the Atlantic Ocean?
I'm gonna go with that one first. The reason for entering was none of those. I think for me, the things that you just mentioned, Roger, are byproducts of the team coming together and creating a common goal and figuring out what we were going to do. But the reason I entered was the excitement of something that I'm unfamiliar with and is an exceptional challenge, daunting, and it will inevitably provide like opportunities to get to know yourself in a different environment, with different, strains and struggles and whatnot. And I was attracted to the race for those reasons when it was presented. And then as we all kind of came together, agreed to do the race and started searching for a goal, we arrived at it just really trying to push ourselves to each individual limit and use each other to get somebody else to push themselves even further than the limits that they think they have for themselves in order to just row as hard and as fast as we possibly can, wherever that arrives us.
Yeah. Anyone else?
I don't know, for me, I found myself in a place where the stories you share with the people you care about, the stories you share with people you're mentoring and people you're inspiring and just living your own life, I just got to a place where I'm like, man, the stories I'm sharing or telling, old fucking stories. I did that 25 years ago. I did that story 10 years ago, 5 years ago. I'm like, shit, that's great and everything. They're great stories and great experiences in my life, but what's ahead? So I was kind of looking for a challenge to test me intellectually, test me mentally, test me physically, test me emotionally. It's scary enough to be exciting and to keep creating stories that when we look towards the future, find something in the future to move toward instead of sitting in my rocking chair telling stories of my past 30 years of experience. Yep, those are great stories, but man, am I creating any new stories? Am I doing anything else that inspires people or inspires myself or helps others grow?
Fantastic.
So,
I like that.
that's what I was looking for.
I should think that goes for a lot of you. All of you, in fact, I would imagine. Yeah. Anyone else got to add to that, or you think that Chris has just summed it up?
For the for the life experience.
Yeah.
For me, my DNA, my chemistry is I need a life experience. Tackle it, love it, live it, and then I need another one. Similar to what you were saying.
I mean, yeah.
And,
I've heard a lot of your stories this week, you guys, and you know, it's got to be something like this to make it harder. So it's been fantastic.
And for my kids, I have a boy and a girl. They're young, and I want them to see, look what Daddy's doing.
Yeah.
And follow
Fantastic.
my footsteps. Doesn't have to be ocean railing, but just something.
Yeah. Fantastic. Just that.
Looking back at the end of my life, I'm gonna have this fantastic set of experiences, stories, friendships, brotherhoods. This contributes towards that. Just this beautiful thing that I'm not gonna have any big regrets that I didn't do something like this.
Yeah.
What better challenge, what better adventure to take and tackle something that's so big.
Yeah. Well, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure this week to dig deep into seeing your prep, getting to know you as people. I've really appreciated how welcome you've made me, and I'm going to wish you the absolute very best and safe passage to Antigua. And there just might be a chance I might just come and have a tequila with you when you're there. So, fantastic. Good luck. Bon voyage.
Nice to see you.
Thanks.